Boom goes the dynamite. It's hour 2 of the most incendiary show on the RADIO. This is the Clay Edwards Show. I'm, of course, Clay Edwards. We are live here on 103.9 FM WYAB, streaming in stunning HD on Facebook, X, YouTube, and Rumble at SaveJXN. Had a heck of a first hour. Saw we made a bunch of people mad. That's what we do here. We make a bunch of people mad because we expose the truth around here, and people just do not like the truth being exposed. They don't like sunlight being shined into their dark places and being used as a disinfectant. But hey, that's what we do. And this Saturday, we're going to be doing some good in the community. We're going to be shining a light on some good things, and that is what's going on at the Salvation Army there in Northeast Jackson or North Jackson this Saturday. And we've got Miss Beth Hennington here in the studio with me. Unfortunately, you won't see Beth on camera because somebody has tinkered with my camera controller, and I cannot get camera 2 to come up. But hey, that is life in the big city. Miss Beth, good morning.
Hey, how are you?
We're doing good. Let me make sure you're working good.
All right.
There we go. We're good to go. We got Beth here in the studio with the Salvation Army.
Thanks for having me.
Beth, tell us a little bit about what's going on tomorrow.
Well, it's Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Yes, it's Sunday.
It's Sunday. Okay. Oh, well, good. Yeah. Even better.
Even better.
I don't know why I've been saying Saturday.
Because you're ready. You're just ready. You're ready for it to come. Me too.
I guess so. Well, for whatever reason, I was thinking Saturday was the 6th. All right. Well, yeah, even better.
Yeah.
Even better. So
Sunday.
This Sunday.
Yeah. So Sunday from 11 to 2, we're having our 28th annual Soup, Soap, and Salvation event. It's typically been on the Super Bowl, so it's been the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But we have decided to. Because it's on the Super Bowl usually.
It's hard to compete against that.
I know.
It's hard to get people to commit to doing stuff.
I agree. And coming off of Christmas, everybody has gived out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Literally, everybody's trying to catch up, pay down credit cards. So we wanted to try to raise twice as much money as we have in the past. So we just decided to back up, punt, and revamp and try again.
I like it.
Yeah,
I think it'll be good. I think a little space between.
Yeah.
And I think the only thing you're competing against is the March Madness. Or is that already ended? I don't watch basketball. It ain't my jam. Unless Mississippi State and Ole Miss are in. Mississippi State.
Right.
And once they lost out, I was like, I tuned out.
Exactly.
I just don't care.
Bracket gone. Done.
I don't think you're competing against anything except maybe some NASCAR or
there
baseball or whatever. So you're not really competing against anything that's popular around here anyway. So good. Well, hopefully it's a big event. Tell people how they what's going on, who all's part of it. What is the event like? What can they expect?
Okay, so it's soup. So we have about 20. I think this year we have 26 different restaurants from the Jackson, metro area that have donated soup to the event. And I pulled up, I know some that we're going to have because I can't remember. I'm old. Amerigo, Shapley's, Salon Fields, Iron Horse Grill, Philo's, Capitol Grill. So many, Table 100. We have so many different restaurants that have donated soup. So obviously don't eat before you come because you're going to get to try all these soups from all these different restaurants. We've had etouffee, we've had chili, we've had gumbo, all the things. So come hungry. And they're competing. They want the title of Best Soup.
Yeah, I've got the list here. So it looks like our very own Chip Matthews. Acme Pizza is going to be
there.
There
you go.
We've got Amerigo, Acme Pizza, Brent's Drugs, Broad Street, Capitol Grill, Georgia Blue, Fit Shift. Shout out to my boys over at Fit Shift. Kapai Lincoln. What's that? Kapai Lincoln something or another. Chick-fil-A, man. I tell you what, Chick-fil-A's chicken noodle soup. Yeah, it's something special, especially for a fast food restaurant.
Right.
You got Char, Half Shell, Hines Community College, Holmes Community College.
Yeah. So we have 2 divisions this year. So we have a junior division, and we've got high schools that have culinary programs and colleges that have culinary programs. Last year, Clinton High School's white chicken chili won over every restaurant.
Yeah, absolutely. So I did a thing with the National Guard a few months ago at Brandon High School where they did a MRE cooking challenge with their culinary team.
I judged that.
Clinton won it last year, won the state championship last year. Brandon won it this year, but so I was part of picking the Brandon team that would go, and wow, I was blown away. These culinary facilities they have in these high schools nowadays. Like I went to Byram. It's a Walmart parking lot. It's a Walmart now. Like my high school is literally a Walmart.
Right.
Technically, I think my high school is a Chick-fil-A, but where the land where it was for the most part is Walmart.
Yeah.
So my point being, we didn't have a stainless steel professional cooking equipment in a classroom.
Same. I went to Clinton High School, and to go out there now to see the $1 million culinary kitchen that they have, I mean, it's nicer than most restaurants.
Oh, absolutely.
It is, and I judged the MRE when it was in Clinton.
Yeah.
And to see what these kids put together with an MRE kit, absolutely crazy.
I didn't know what to expect. And they were like, well, they have these ingredients and stuff, and they
Right.
made all this stuff. I couldn't wrap my head around what it was because I have some MREs at the house, and it's just a pack of powder.
Yep.
And what they created with that pack of powder, I was like blown away.
Yes,
Blown
agreed.
away. And so when they're out and I didn't know this, but when the Guard is together doing their training out at Camp Shelby or wherever, that's what they eat.
Right.
Even in training,
Yeah.
is they have to eat those MREs. They bring these not cooking teams, but they bring their cooks out.
Yep.
And they create these dishes on site too. It's not just a cup of hot water with an MRE in it.
Right.
It's all this.
Right.
know,
And I like
creativity.
that the teams got to cook in that kitchen, like just right there on, just right there out in the middle of the, like you said, like out in the middle of the yard.
Yeah. Shout out to Jay Rowland with the National Guard here in Mississippi for inviting me out to be a part of that this year. That was really, really cool. So back to the event. So you'll have the culinary teams from a couple high schools.
Yes. And a couple of colleges, Holmes, Colin. So we've got
Hines. I mean, I went to Hines and Raymond back in the 90s, and they had their own big culinary venue or classroom there, and they had their butcher shop over there, right, kind of close to the four-way there. And so Hines has been a part of that for a long time.
Yeah.
So pretty cool. So that'd be good. Let's see. I just want to make sure I don't leave anybody off. Kind of run through the names there. There's a logo I don't recognize. M.M. Shapley's, Mississippi Legends Grill, Mr. Chin's. My Amigos, Nukes, Salon Fields, Table 100, Wendy's, and Zay Rotisserie and Bar. So that's a really good stuff there, man.
Right. I know. We got a great list going. And then, we'll have the Easter bunnies will be there for the kids to take pictures with the Easter bunnies. We've got these boards. There's there's a kids board and an adult board. And, they're numbered. So a kid can walk up with $10 and pick a 7 and a 3 or a 10. And it's the gift that they get or the prize will be, that amount. So we've got bicycles. On the adult side, we've got spas and golf packages and TVs and a lot of good stuff.
Awesome. So it's this Sunday, April 6th, 11 to 2, 570 East Beasley Road, Jackson, Mississippi. That's right over there off North State Street.
In the gymnasium.
Get off at Briarwood Drive and go back. There's a huge Salvation Army home base there. I mean, I think everybody knows where it is, right on the other side of the railroad tracks there. Yeah. It's really easy to find if you're going up North State or coming down 51 where it turns into North State. It'll be right there on the other side of the railroad tracks, not on the It'll be on the west side of the tracks.
Yes.
So really easy to find. So how can people get tickets? How much are tickets? Can they pay at the door to get in?
Okay, yes, you can pay at the door to get in. Tickets are, if you're 4 and under, if you've got kids 4 and under, they're going to come in free. 5 to 12, they're going to be $10 a piece. And then over 12 adults, they're going to be $25. It's all the soup you can eat. Magnolia Soap Company has donated soap to go in our soup bowls because you will receive a soup bowl with a $25 ticket. The soap that goes in there, Whimsy Cookie Company out of Ridgeland has donated cookies that will go in there. We've got a cross. So you got some memorable things to hang on to take home with you as well. And you can prepay tickets online and you can purchase them at the door. Yeah.
Where can they do it online at?
SalvationArmyJackson.com.
SalvationArmyJackson.com.
Yes.
And let's talk a little bit about Salvation Army. Okay. A lot of people just assume that it's just a place you go and you can take old clothes and do a little shopping.
Right.
What all does the Salvation Army do?
It is crazy because you're right. So many people associate it with just old clothes and bell ringing at Christmas, literally. But Clay, I tell you, there are so many things that the Salvation Army does. It's unreal. We have a food pantry. We have an actual homeless shelter that houses homeless people. We have the thrift store. We do emergency disaster relief. They have a canteen. We have training where people actually go out when there is a disaster. The Salvation Army does so much more than people even realize.
Now, so how can people get involved with that if they want to? If they say somebody can't make it Sunday, but this is tugging on their heartstrings to be a part of their ministry. What can they do to be a part of it?
Honestly, just give us a call because we have so many different capacities of volunteering. We have some ladies that call and say, you know what, I can't stand up. I need to sit down. I need a position that I can do where I'm sitting down. Hey, we've got bill paying assistants when people come in and we try to help with their utility bills, that we need somebody to sit there and sign them up. And, we have so many different positions where if you just need to sit down, if you can't make it and are unable to come, you can donate $10 a month, whatever makes you happy. We will fit you in however works best for you. So just give us a call.
What's that number?
That's a good question. I'll look that up, Clay.
You don't have to. Google Salvation Army Jackson. We give numbers out here all the time, and they go in one ear and out the other. That's why I advise advertisers let's not do a phone number.
Right.
It just never makes any sense to do a phone number. Beth, this Sunday,
yes,
April 6th.
Right.
11 to 2.
Well, we got to talk about the celebrities.
Yes. Well, let's take a break. Let's take a break.
Sure.
When we come back, we're going to talk about the celebrities that are going to be there. That's right. I'm forgetting about the low-hanging fruit there. It's quite the list, man. It's some people that I've had on the show before and others. So let's take a break real quick. We'll come back. We got Beth Hennington with the Salvation Army Jackson here promoting their big event this Sunday. Their headquarters. It's going to be a good time. Your boy's going to be a part of it. Hey, guys, don't forget, swing by my merch shop today. The shirt I'm wearing, if you're watching online, the FAFO Blackout Tag Edition. All my merch is on sale, $10 off. We're celebrating the end of Chokwe Lumumba's reign of terror here in Jackson, Mississippi. The promo code is is all caps, no spaces, free the land. Free the land and get $10 off all items. No limit and no minimum purchases. So if you buy one shirt, you get $10 off. You buy 10 shirts, you get $10 off each shirt. Hoodies also included. We're sold out of hats. Every order comes with a free FAFO sticker while supplies last. They are getting low, so get your order in now, and it will ship today. If you get the order in by lunch, it will ship today. If not, it'll ship out tomorrow. But anyway, you'll get it in a couple days. All right, that's buyfafo.com. We'll be right back on The Clay Edwards Show. In to the Clay Edwards Show here live on WYAB. This segment brought to you by our friends over at Ellis Autoplex. Get by, see the team this weekend at Ellis Autoplex right there, Highway 471 in Flowood, Mississippi. You can also shop them online at ellisautoplex.com. They call it Little Truck City for a reason. It's because they are loaded down with four-door, four-wheel drive trucks. But guys, don't worry. They got cars and SUVs too. They just got a lot of trucks, a lot of different varieties. Casey and I started in the car business at the same time, at the same place in 2011 back at Great Daniels Ford. And we know F-150s. And Casey knows F-150s. He understands the trim levels. He understands the ones that people want, the trim levels that you want, the one with the shifter in the middle, the one with the console. You ain't going to show up out there and find a whole bunch of column shifters. But they do have them because there's people that want that. There's people that want that bench seat in the middle with the armrest that folds up. They have that stuff too, but they understand the most popular trim levels, and that's what they try to focus on: the Lariats, the Limiteds, the loaded up XLTs with the center console shifter package. I mean, if you're an F-150 guy, you know what I'm talking about. They've even got some Raptors out there, or a Raptor out there, and they got GMCs and Dodges and Chevrolets as well. But stop by, see them today, and make Ellis Autoplex the next place that you purchase a vehicle from. Now look, they offer service contracts. That's a quote-unquote extended warranty on just about every vehicle they sell. You can purchase an extended warranty with them. They got financing available. They're not in-house, but you can do it there without having to leave the dealership to go do it. They got banks and lenders that can all be done right there, save you all the time and effort. And you can do your application online, too, at ellisautoplex.com. And don't forget, they are also offering large-scale or large job mechanic work. So if you got a big project you need repaired, consider Ellis Autoplex. Again, online at ellisautoplex.com. All right, here in the studio this morning, we got Miss Beth Hennington with the Salvation Army promoting their big event this Sunday. It's their Soup, Soap, and Salvation event this Sunday, 11 to 2. At their Beasley Road location in Jackson. That's their big headquarters out there, man. Big, nice facility It's also a retail facility. You can go in there and shop and all that stuff as well. And
that's at Presto Lane. Yeah,
that's at Presto Lane. Okay, that's where I was going to go. So I'm glad I got glad I said that out loud. I wasn't thinking there. So all right, but look, they got a bunch of celebrities coming to be their servers and official taste testers and everything else. So tell us, who all can we expect to see out there? I know my girl, Miss Trailer Park Pretty, Miss Patience Wolf, is going to be there. We've had Patience on not this show, but on my online show, my long form podcast. We've interviewed Patience before. She's a sweetheart, and she's been the voice for so many women and such a good role model for so many women here in Mississippi who kind of come out of the trailer park and think there's no way out, and that somehow that living in a trailer is a bad thing. And, she's come up and
she's very grateful.
She is. She's very appreciative, and I still follow her. And I mean, look, I told her when I was interviewing her, I said, look, just because you're a young lady doesn't mean you don't motivate old guys like me. I was like, you put a bunch of good stuff out there and make people feel good about themselves, and never be ashamed about where you come from. Amen. So it's really cool to see Patience coming up here to be a part of this. Who else we got?
So we've got the Mississippi Queen, Carolyn Davis. She lives on the coast. She's from Bay St. Louis.
Okay.
She has got, on TikTok, she's got like 1.9 million followers. She's got about 700,000 on Facebook. She's got a cookbook. So she started like in her kitchen, and she'll come on and be like, welcome to my fake cooking show, and people just fell in love with her because she's real.
Yeah.
She just is who she is. So she's a sweetheart. She'll be here. MCing our event is Bruce Bartley, and Bruce.
I know Bruce.
Hoot and a half.
Gripping and grinning.
Yeah, gripping
and
grinning.
Ain't
gripping and grinning.
That's how I got drugged into this thing. It's Bruce. That's right. I forgot. Bruce. Yes. I'm kidding.
That's right. Kicking and screaming. Then we've got Hinds County Sheriff Tyree Jones and his beautiful wife Monia will be there.
Great.
They are they've served for several years now and are always giving back to help the community. Your girl Hannah Lane.
Love Hannah. Hannah. I did an event with Rock 93 at McBee's a few weeks ago, and she was the rep they sent out for their part of that, and got to actually meet Hannah in person for the first time. But we've been friends on social since she got here.
Nice.
She's great. Love seeing the work that she does.
Right.
She's people don't understand the goal. I think that it takes to put yourself out there on social, like some of us do.
Yeah.
They kind of do this for a living and stuff.
Right.
And don't feel sorry for us. But I'm just saying. It takes a lot to live your life in a public lens and put it out there and kind of bear it all. So I worry about younger people like that doing it and having to deal with it later. I had the benefit of being a little older when I started doing it, and kind of being on the front end of social media as well. So I do worry about the long-term ramifications for people, but she seems to be handling it very well. And it's fun to watch her. I keep telling people she's our next star.
Yes,
I agree. Enjoy Hannah Lane while she's here, because she's Nashville bound.
Yes,
I mean, she's not going to be a musician, but she's going to be very big in country media.
Yeah,
and so look out for Hannah Lane and enjoy that star while it shines bright here.
Right, agreed. So WJTV's Kayla Thompson will be there.
Yeah, love Kayla. She's interviewed me before.
Yeah, she's
at a gun show of all things. So I met Kayla.
Really?
Yeah. I was kind of walking through a gun show at the Coliseum. She's like, hey, you want to be on the camera? I was like, as a matter of fact, I do.
Yes, indeed. Kim Wade, he's going to be here.
Radio Strongman.
That's right.
Next Jackson mayor, we hope.
Right. Travis Reed, he's also a social media influencer.
Is he?
Yes.
Did he not used to play football for Ole Miss?
Yes. And he, I think that crumble cookie post that he made, it was a hilarious.
Yes. Was that him?
Uh-huh.
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was a good one. You're actually going to be there, and you're going to be there on site, like with your show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be streaming the internet version of the show. There, also interviewing everybody that feels like sitting down and being interviewed.
Nice. And then we've got some Miss Queen of the South, Celeste Lay. We've got Brooke Bumgarner, who is Miss Mississippi's teen. We've got Miss Mississippi Volunteer, Laurel Joyner. We've just got a whole crew of people that would probably never end up in a room together. We have, we've got Miss.
You just described the internet.
Yeah.
That's how I've been describing the internet for years. It's like, for better or worse, like these comment sections under the news channel sites. You put a bunch of people with different opinions in a room together that otherwise would have never been put in a room together under any other circumstances.
Yep.
Of course they're going to disagree.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got Miss Stephanie Foster, who's the state representative for District 63, will be there. So we've just got, like you said, it's just an eclectic group of Miss Barbie Bassett. She'll be there.
Oh, Barbie.
Yeah,
what about Barbie Bassett?
Yeah, she's no stranger to she's always serving and helping with Salvation Army, and we appreciate her.
It looks like we just recruited Miss Kara Shirley, too, from WLBT.
Yeah.
In some form, fashion, or another.
Nice.
So look forward to seeing Kara there. She's great. She's
Yeah.
great. She moved over here from Meridian, that area, a while back, and I love her midday show on WLBT.com. She does a great job there. She's been a big supporter of what we do here, so I definitely like to reciprocate that when I get a chance. So
nice.
she'll be great to be involved. It'll be great to get to see her and her husband.
Right. It's going to be a good time. It really is. There's going to be a lot going on.
Any entertainment, anything like that?
You're going to be the entertainment.
Do what?
You're going to be the entertainment.
I'm the entertainment. Yeah, I get asked to do public speaking engagements every now and then. I'm like, guys, believe it or not, I'm terrible at that. I did, and it's one of my goals. Let me throw this out there. I know I've told a lot of you guys who have asked me on public speaking, no. Ask me again if you have an event, and I may say yes, because it is one of my goals this year is to do more public speaking and force myself to get better at it. But like I did it one time, and it's like the audience. I was like, well, you booked the Save Jackson guy. I mean, I was going to talk about Jackson. I don't know what I was supposed to talk about, but I got up there and I said, all right, anybody in the room that grew up or from Jackson, raise your hand. One person out of about 30 raised their hand. I was like, this is going to be a tough crowd. And but I toughed my way through it, and
that's what you have to do. I literally just did my spreadsheet for 2024. I spoke 78 times last year.
Really?
So it literally is just you just gotta do it.
Because grin and bear.
Grin and bear.
I did actually do some public speaking classes back in the day.
You?
They had those Toastmaster.
Yes.
And they used to do them at Hallowell's in the tap room back there.
Good gosh, you're aging yourself now.
Well, when I got my first job as a sales manager at Toyota, we used to, every sales manager would have to lead the sales meeting once or twice a week.
Right.
And I'd never really done any public speaking. I would be in my clubs. I'd get on the mic, DJ, and kind of talk. I'm drunk, It was easy to, y'all make some noise. I mean, that's not really public speaking,
Right.
And
just corralling the crowd.
Yeah, just kind of get a hype man in public speaking is not the same thing. So I did some public speaking there, and it taught us a lot about removing the uhs and the filler noises and words. And so when I started doing this, I had that beaten into the back of my brain that silence is better than filler words.
Absolutely.
Like just stop for a second. It doesn't mean I don't drop a and every now and then.
Right.
But I try not to.
But when you first do, you stand up. You just can't help it because you're just not used to doing it. Yeah.
But we'll have fill-in guests here every now and then, and people will text, "Would you please tell your host to quit saying I'm like, no, I'm not going to tell them that. You can tell them that.
That's right.
I was like, it is way harder than anybody thinks to get up here and talk to nobody for 2 hours.
I don't know how you do that. Because you don't see facial expressions. You don't see. I mean, you just have to just talk.
Yeah, I tell people all the time. I just envision an imaginary progressive white liberal sitting across from me. And that's who I talk to when I say y'all or you people. I'm talking to a progressive, white, purple-haired barista.
Yeah, well, that's better than me. When I say y'all, it's all my personalities. So.
Yeah. Like, you people. Like, what do you mean, you people? I'm talking about white progressives. Leave me alone.
Right.
So, all right, we got to wrap this up.
Okay.
We got Beth here, Beth Hennington with the Salvation Army. It's their big event this Sunday, the Salvation Army Soup. What is it called?
Soap and Salvation.
Soup, soap, and salvation.
Yeah, soup. So we feed them when they come in homeless.
Yep.
And then we give them soap to clean, and then we tell them about Jesus.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. You guys do great work, and we're proud to be a part of it. Hope we have a record-breaking event.
Yeah, me too.
And,
thanks for having me.
Really excited about it. I got started back pushing it last night. And I was planning pushing it hard in the next couple of days. I've learned that people have very short attention spans.
I agree.
And if you try to promote something too far out, you're just wasting your breath.
Absolutely.
You almost just have to wait till you're right on top of it.
Yep.
And then tell people looking for something to do that day.
That's right.
It's really weird how that works. Last minuters. So look, when y'all get done with church Sunday, swing on by.
That's
and
right.
if you're not going to church, or maybe going to the early church, whatever, find your way to the Salvation Army. They're on Beasley Road in North Jackson. And from 11 to 2, and enjoy the big event. Meet a bunch of Mississippi celebrities.
That's right. And let's help those that are less fortunate than us.
Absolutely.
Because that money that we raise Sunday is going to stay right here in these 6 counties that we serve.
All right. I love it. Yeah. Beth, thank you for letting me be a part of it. And thank you for coming in and talking about it this morning. Give us some good news to talk about on a FOFO Friday
there you go.
Here on the show. All right, guys. I'll be right back. We're going to pick back up where we left off before our guest got here. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show. Guys, let's do our What's for Lunch real quick. McBee's, buzzing the res since 1982. The special today, God, I don't even need to hold the menu. Show it to you there real quick. It's a fried catfish Friday, as it is at so many other places here in central Mississippi. But have you tried McBee's fried catfish? If not, you need to get on over there today. But hey, maybe catfish isn't your thing, but you want to go to McBee's anyway, don't worry. They have everyday blue plates available that are so good, such as hamburger steak, fried or grilled chicken breast, and my personal favorite, the country fried steak. But the special of the day is fried catfish. We talked about Martin's earlier. Well, don't forget, it's a fried chicken Friday at both Martin's locations, Livingston in Madison County and downtown Jackson, serving downtown Jackson since 1953. Clay, what about Burgers Blues Barbecue? I'm glad you asked. All 3 Burgers Blues Barbecue locations. Of course, you can get red beans and rice with sausage. Of course, you can get hamburger steak, but it's also a fried catfish Friday at all 3 great locations. Flowood in front of Dogwood, Madison on Main Street, and downtown Brandon, Mississippi, right there on Highway 80 or West Government Boulevard, whatever you want to call it. It's Highway 80 to me. Dang it. BurgersBlues.com for more information. Don't forget, Burgers Blues Barbecue also offers great catering options from breakfast to lunch and dinner, from 5 people to 5,000. If you can dream it, they can make it happen. Don't think they're just chicken strips, sliders, and burgers. They're so much more. Again, Burgers Blues Barbecue. You can dream it. They can create it on their catering end. But swing by and check them out for lunch today. Of course, the full menu is available at all our great Blue Plate sponsors. Also, real quick, we had a little change of plans here on what we were going to talk about this last big segment, but I got to tell you about Urge a Vet real quick. One of our great new partners here. Nobody wants to have to take their furry family member for any type of emergency to the veterinarian clinic. But if you do, especially after hours, you should go see our friends out there in Madison at Urge a Vet. Pet emergencies don't wait. Why should you? Urge a Vet Emergency Vets of Madison offer low wait times and cutting-edge technology to provide fast, expert care for all your household pets. Located at 15 Olympic Way, their hours of operations are weeknights, 5 to 8, and 24 hours on the weekends and holidays. You can call them now at 601-790-1918, 601-790-1918, and follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Urgia Vet. That's URGIVET, Madison. Hey, look, because when it comes to your pet's health, trust the team that's fast, reliable, and compassionate. A few quick facts about Urgia Vet. They've been open for 5 years. Founded by local veterinarian Dr. Spencer Mills. General manager is Miss Melissa Calmes. They got a state-of-the-art clinic. They're fast and reliable. They're open on all major holidays, after hours, urgent, and emergency care for household pets. And look, I'm just going to tell you, man, I met Spencer at his other business. Just a great guy. And when I talked about them the other day, introducing them to the show, I got 3 or 4 text messages from people who are their dogs have been patients there, and they talked about just how nice they were and what a good job they did, and I really co-signed on them big time. So consider Urge a Vet for your emergency after-hour pet needs. Hopefully you never have to use them, but if you do, consider Urge a Vet in Madison. All right, look, we kept our guest over here, Miss Beth Hennington. She is not in the capacity of the Salvation Army for this segment. She's in the capacity of the crazy cookie lady. I did not realize that we had a bit of a Mississippi celebrity ourselves here in the studio. I follow the crazy cookie lady on the internet myself, and remember her being on the Food Network and all these other things. Beth, tell us how the heck you went from doing the real estate business and brokerage business and all that to being the crazy cookie lady.
Right. So the mortgage business, I mean, those bills that come every month, you know, I have to make money, so cookies weren't doing it at the time. So I had to pay those bills. But once the kiddos went off to college, there was this cookie craze, and my daughter kind of started it. And I was like, what are you making? Because the cookies that you see everywhere now were not on the scene 10 years ago. They just weren't. And when she showed me, I met the cookie, and it was just like, that was my canvas, because art has always been in my life. It's just been my side hustle.
You told me you went and took classes with White Waters.
I did. So when I was young, my grandmother saw that I could actually draw. And so she sent me to Mississippi College to take classes from White, which that's where my love for painting came in. And now I paint on cookies with food coloring.
It's really. She was showing me some of the stuff. Was that Instagram you were showing me?
Yeah.
How can people find you on Instagram?
Well, in the cookie world, the underground cookie world that you know nothing of, I'm the Vanillin.
The Vanillin.
The Vanillin. Yeah. So I like Disney villains.
Yeah.
I feel like they're good people that may just need to be brought back to the fold.
Well,
so
people say the same thing about me.
So
I'm the Batman.
There you go. I'm the Vanillin. Yeah. So and on all my social media, I'm the Vanillin. So that's how you can find me. Yeah, it's been I live a sweet life. Literally.
So, like, what's your Instagram handle?
The Vanillin.
The Vanillin. How do you spell that?
VANILLAN. So it's vanilla with an N on the end of it.
I've done all kind of damage over here. Okay, I was doing something different. Spell it again.
VANILLAN. The Vanillin.
N. Is it the Vanillin?
The Vanillin. Correct.
All right, guys, I'm typing this into the comments. That's how you'll search for it on Instagram. Just put the @, or whatever. The
Vanillin. Correct.
So tell us, so you went on a Food Network show and won?
I did. So, 2 years into my little cookie career, I was like, I saw the Christmas Cookie Challenge on Food Network, and I'm like, hey, that's kind of like the Super Bowl for the cookie people, right? And so I sent in my video. And at the end of the application, it said that you could upload an optional video. Well, my husband is a fireman, and I call him Captain Cookie. So I'm like, Captain Cookie, I need you to help me make this video. He's like, absolutely not. No, ma'am. And I was like, look, I just need you to pretend like you're Santa and you fell out of the fireplace. Only problem was I didn't have a Santa suit, so I put him in a Saints beanie with a beard. So he really looked like he was there to rob the place. It just didn't turn out well at all. So I was like, this video is probably not going to get me where I need to go, but I sent it in anyway. Literally almost 3 years went by. And I got a phone call at 7 o'clock one night. And I'm old. And at 7 o'clock, I was in there brushing my teeth because we watch Wheel of Fortune. And whoever wins gets to brush their teeth. The other one's got to shut the place down. Yeah. And so I'm like, look, who is this? And he was just laughing. And he goes, I just watched a video. And Clay, I can't remember what I did yesterday, but I knew exactly what video he was talking about. And he was like, wanted to know if you would like to start the interview process. And I did. Started the interview process. And 5 interviews later and 6 months later, they called me. They had 10,200 applicants that year. And they called me and told me that I was going to be on the show. And absolute hot mess express, just crazy. But it was such a good time. It was the worst, best thing I've ever done in my life.
So I got your Instagram pulled up here, and I've shown it on the screen here.
Yeah.
And you're doing an unboxing of it was like a big cookie. It was like a witch. No, I'm sorry. What is that? Mm-hmm. It's the first one. It says, when I tell you I weeped at the real dork gave me this. It's a quilt. Oh, a quilt with some of your cookies on it, maybe? Or the queen of...
Some, that's a cookier that gave me that. She made it for me.
No kidding. All right, so here's some cookies. I guess this is here you on the cookie show. You did some Food Network cookies?
Yes, I did some Food Network cookies. That was promoting the Food Network. Correct.
And I'm just kind of flipping through your Instagram here.
Yeah, because I just got back from Cookie Con, which is insane. So it was in Reno. And my daughter and I taught classes there. So my daughter owns a 3D printed cookie cutter company in Tuscaloosa. So she graduated college and stayed in Tuscaloosa, got married, have 2 kiddos. I'm a grandma. And
these wedding cookies, this is what I'm looking here.
That's
the red clay strays, wondering why. I guess it's the music in the background, but it's like they look like belt buckles or something. Or, I mean, they're these are cookies.
These are cookies
with
correct.
People's images and their wedding dates and all that. These are cookies. Are these like the 3D printed ones?
Yeah, no.
Because they're kind of layered. I mean, it's not just a flat surface. It looks like like the people on them there's thickness to it and depth and everything.
That's right. So I have to do that in different layers.
Yeah.
So I have to let the first layer dry and then put the people on top, and then it's Justin and Pam. They actually live here, and yeah.
So
it's just crazy.
Do you make cookies for people? I guess so.
I do. So I have a clientele that I've built my clientele to. I don't do as many customs anymore because I do a lot of traveling and speaking and teaching. But my custom orders now it's a 2 dozen minimum, 125 a dozen, and I'm booked till August.
Yeah. So you sell cutters?
Those are my daughters. She
Your
sells
daughters?
cutters. Yeah, it's Cut It Out Cutters is my daughter.
So people can get a custom cutter made.
Yeah, well, she hand draws. She's got over 4,000 designs at cutitoutcutters.com. So she is, you can get whatever. There's anything you could have ever imagined. She's got it.
So I'm watching you make what looks like a ribbon here, and you're putting the white stuff on. I guess you're going to paint it. It's like a heart-shaped cookie with a white ribbon on
That's
it.
That's a Valentine box of candy that will be. You'll see it in just a second.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you paint with the food coloring?
With food gel,
How creative.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. It's a box of chocolates or candy or whatever.
Yeah.
On a cookie.
On a cookie.
That is phenomenal.
Thanks.
I need some either Clay Edwards Show or Save Jackson cookies.
Yeah.
I would particularly like to get some to send to the mayor's office on his way out the door. That's me talking, not her. Y'all don't get mad at her. That's Clay. All right, Beth, we'll see you Sunday.
Yeah.
When you told me what you did there, I was like, you know what? I want to end the show today on a positive note instead of going back to the bad stuff. It's a Friday. Let's send people home in a good mood, or get people's Friday started in a good mood with a cookie.
There you go.
Y'all stop by Sunday and meet the crazy cookie lady, the vanilla-nator, not the vanilla-nator, the
vanilla-nator.
The vanilla-nator. That's me.
There you
I love
go.
vanilla.
There
I am the Terminator of vanilla. All right, guys, I'll be right back to land the plane for the day. This is the Clay Edwards Show. Beth, thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming in with us. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.